Okay, nice. So, good evening and welcome to another BossConstructor development stream. Today we are going to do sort of a random assortment of tasks, and the reason for this is that wait a second. The reason for this is that I didn't really have the time to work too much on the game lately, unfortunately. And I do want to sort of fix the things which players came up with, like bugs which are frequent and like features which have been requested a lot, really. And yeah, so basically, I mean, I do sort of consider like players' resources in a way, which sounds a bit odd, I guess, but I think like the time players spend playing the game, figuring out stuff, and letting me know about bugs and features they would like to see is sort of a resource for me as a developer. And I sort of do want to use this resource as much as I can, and prevent it from being wasted, for example, by several people reporting a bug which is already known and wasting it that way. Alright, good evening, Fustan. Good to see you. So, yeah, let me tell you what I have planned for today. First of all, there are some minor bug fixes which I want to do. Nothing too major. Actually, I've already spent a lot of time today fixing some errors, as you can see. Some of which should be fixed now, and some of which are a bit dubious, and I may look at it at a later date. Yeah, actually, we also introduced some new bugs last week, I think. For example, the tooltips did no longer appear on the Galaxy map shops, which I just fixed. And there are some other minor bugs which I want to do. Okay, so let me just list what I want to do. So first of all, there is a bug which causes weapons. Some weapons do no damage at short range. Hi Tommy, good evening. For example, the laser. We actually noticed that last week as well, but I sort of forgot to write it down. And it also affects the railgun and some other guns. This is a bug I still want to fix today. Yeah. Then I want to sort of clarify how the research system works. So clarify and explain how research works in the exploration mode. Yeah, because I can totally see how it's hard to understand and sort of unintuitive. So basically, some people, some players like explain or complain why how there's like not a big selection of modules, and I didn't really understand how it works and how you progress and how you expand the shop's inventory, so to speak. And yeah, it's actually I can't blame them at all for not seeing how it works. So we're just going to add some tooltips and some minor stuff. It's not all bug fixes today though. So what I want to do is a repair system. So it's also requested by several players, actually for a long time. And basically what the repair system will do, especially if in the exploration mode, it will sort of save a blueprint for your current ship before you enter a mission. And after the mission, when your ship gets damaged and you lose a few modules, you should be able to use this blueprint to restore the previous state, given that you have the modules which you need to do that. Yeah, so this is the research system. It will probably be relatively moderately complicated, I assume. Okay, so save ship blueprint before exploration mission and restore ship based on blueprint and as far as possible. Yeah, sounds good, sort of. And if we have some time left, miscellaneous, we can continue working on the mass driver. So yeah, so if you remember, 2 weeks ago we started the mass driver, and it is sort of done. I mean, it is in the game, the graphics work, the effects work, and everything, but we were not really too sure about its role in the game and how it should be balanced, what its advantage should be, what its disadvantage will be, and how it will fit the overall scheme of the game. And we can also do some more particle effects. So finish mass driver weapon. And finally, well, if we have still more time then, which I sort of doubt, we can continue to do some particle effects. So in the long run, I intend to transfer all the particle effects which are currently in the game to the new particle system. So in order to do that, we sort of have to figure out how the particle rotation works, so that we can have, non-completely symmetrical particles and have some more flashy particle effects. Alright. Yeah, and we can also do some performance testing and optimization, because NVIDIA actually released their OpenGL performance analysis tool for Linux last week, and I've begun to play around with it a bit, and yeah, might also be interesting, but we can also do that next week or some other point, because that's definitely too much, but just for the sake of the argument, I'll add it here. Alright. Okay, so as you can see, I already fixed a few random crashes, some of which I don't totally understand, to be honest, but which should be solved nevertheless. Yeah, and the tooltips are back, so this is already done. And I would like to, fix these two issues before we move on to the repair system. Okay, actually let's begin with the second point here. And let me just illustrate what I mean and how I intend to fix it. So this should basically be done in like 5 minutes, because it's just adding some explanatory text and
Galaxy map initialized.
I should actually turn down the volume a bit. Good. Yeah, this doesn't actually explain anything. Okay. Okay, this doesn't really explain anything, to be honest. Okay, so how does it work? So first let me explain it, and then let me write it down some way. Okay, so basically every sector belongs to an AI function. for example, this sector belongs to this faction, as do the others here. And if we look here, this faction belongs to energy transmission, because it has the same symbol over there. Now, if you go to a sector having this symbol, for example here, and you liberate this sector, basically by destroying the ship, then the tech level will increase for this specific research branch. So in this case, the energy transmission run will increase. And it should increase by 2 levels, I think, because tech levels are worth 2. So, after you've done that, the Galaxy shop will offer the energy sword, the scattergun, the laser, and the flak cannon in random quality layers. Okay. And the reverse is actually also true. So if you go to the sector and you destroy the tech lab, it will decrease. So it's something to keep in mind, like a trade-off between getting a really powerful boost early on and losing the ability to trade modules later on. Okay, so I think I'm just going to add a tooltip here and here, and add tooltips here to explain what it actually does. Yeah, should be actually reasonably simple and straightforward. So let's just do it. Okay, game state exploration. Tooltip display research branch is where the tooltip is displayed. So here the factions are added. And instead of just continuing, we are just going to add a new label. Name, font medium, okay. Explanation research branch. Okay, and we also need to break these into lines. Okay, like this. Should just be able to add a text to describe this. Yeah, basically liberate shops and tech labs belonging to these factions in order to increase this tech level and unlock other modules in the Galaxy shop. Okay. Okay, just copy to the German version. good. Yeah, I think in order to make it even clearer, instead of the Galaxy shop having a limited selection of items, we could just add the items and have them grayed out if they are not researched yet. Yeah, this might actually be even more clear. Okay, the second thing is where is it? Penetrators, okay. Store. Tech lab. Okay, shop welcome. Should be the description, I think. Okay. And we're just going to make a more specific version for this module trader. Yeah. Okay. Shop welcome exploration. Trader. Increase increase the tech level. Expand the traders offer. Selection offer. Offering supply. What? Submission. Bargain bidding supply, I guess. Expand the traders supply by liberating shops and tech labs. Okay. And the same should be for the tech lab. Tech lab exploration. Upgrade more advanced modules by liberating shops and techniques. Okay, good. That should be it. And let's just test if it works, and then we are done. Okay, tech lab. Okay, good. Let's compile it and let's see if it works. Okay. Thank you, first one. So let's have a look at your... Let's see. A second. Actually looks pretty good. Is it intended that the brightness changes here on the main barrel thing? Actually, I like it a lot. sort of trying to estimate how, you know, how much work it is to, you know, on the one hand adapt the GIMP script to allow animations, and to add the animations themselves to the game. A possible alternative would be to not animate the whole module, but just the parts which change. For example, the front barrel part, which could then be rendered on top of the base module graphic. No, sorry, the quality is great. I mean, let me be the first to admit that it would look way better to have animated modules than the static modules which we have at the moment. It's more a question of, well, I mean, effort, obviously. You know, changing every module graphics would be a really lot of work. And the best way to do it technically. So let me save it, and I will come back to it. Not on today's stream probably, because we already sort of have a big schedule ahead of us, but we can do some exploring in that direction in the future, in the very near future. Okay, so let's see if it works. Yeah, the font is a bit excessive. Okay, so the font needs to be smaller. Okay. TechLab Exploration did not work for some reason, but the other ones did work. Okay. TechLab. Okay. Basically, we just forgot to add this. Okay. So basically, we're almost done. We just have to make the font smaller over here. So instead of font medium, I guess we have to use font main, I think. And also going to add some gaps in order to make it a bit more separated from the rest. So it should just be a simple rebuild, and we can already add patch notes. Okay. Added some more explanatory tooltips regarding tacklers in the exploration mode. Okay.
Galaxy map initialized.
All right. Good. Maybe make it a different color. Where is it? Visible selected actively. Maybe it's just a bit excessive, but yeah. Okay, so this one is pretty much done. We can start the next bug and the final bug we are going to do today. Except the bugs which we are going to create today. Yeah.
Galaxy map initialized.
Okay, good. Good. Okay, so let me just demonstrate the second bug we are going to fix today. This bug is especially apparent when using the railgun, the mass driver, which we did last week, or the, wait a second, need to activate cheat mode. And the sword gun. Let's take the mass driver. Okay. So basically, I think when we are very close to something, it will not be hit. So at this distance, shooting the asteroids is no problem. But if we move in very close, like this, yeah, we can shoot right through it. And I think the reason for this is that shots do not do damage in like the first fraction of a second, in order to prevent it hitting its own ship. So yeah, let's do next. Let me just catch up on chat. Wait a second. Yeah, I agree. It would definitely take up some space on the texture atlas, but I'm not. So right now the texture atlas isn't really very well optimized. So there should actually be space for at least some modules to have animation sprites. Yeah, it should actually not be problematic. I mean, as you can see when I start the game, on this card I can have like 16K by 16K textures, which would be huge. And even actually like most of the systems support up to 60K textures, based on the automatic service which would analyze the sort of graphic card capabilities. So it shouldn't be too much of an argument against it. So it's basically the question of how to animate things. But I mean, yeah, it really would look nice to have like little animations, like little like radar dishes moving around, or little exhaust thingies or so. I mean, you wouldn't see too much because, you know, on a normal game you're like at this zoom level, but I think it would definitely add something. So maybe we could make like one stream dedicated to just adding random decorative stuff, and I would take your suggestions for adding, how did you call it, vanity objects, vanity modules, or module animations, or yeah, and basically we can just see what we can get done in 2 or 3 hours. Hey, Asa. Let's see. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm sorry. Um, Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so let's fix the no damage bug. If I remember correctly, yeah, there is an invincibility function which only triggers if we have lived for like 50 milliseconds, and when you have modules which have extremely fast projectiles like the sword and the mass driver, this is too fast. Okay, so okay, yeah, I think yeah, so basically this invincibility function was like a pretty lazy way in a way to ensure that you don't hit your own starting module. But I guess a better way would be to just, specifically check for this. And I think this is what we can do instead of doing it like this. Okay. We just check if this has any unforeseen consequences. Okay, this is another invincibility function which does not apply. And yeah. No, it should actually only affect this specific thing. Okay, so let's make it a bit more precise. So basically we'll... but it's not so simple. Do we really want it to not be able to hit its own chip part? Well, we do not want it to hit its own module, its starting module. But after that, it should be able to hit its own chip part. So it's not as simple as... Oh, this is... Okay. I begin to realize why I did it like this. Okay, so yeah, this is actually a relatively hard problem. It seems pretty trivial, but actually we have to decide at this specific point if the module, if the shot collides. And figuring out where it would collide at this point is sort of tricky, actually, I think. Or is it? Or maybe it's not. Maybe we just have to see if this fixture belongs to this module. Okay, so for a second I was tempted to just make this invincibility timer depend on the shot speed, which would probably also work, but and we might still do it, but we will try it for a second if we can do it correctly. So, okay. All right. So given that we have a shot and given that wait, how do we find out where the shot comes from? Okay, start module. Okay, good. Okay, and start module is not null, and start module chip part is not null, and start module chip part okay. Just have to check how the physics system actually works at this point. Okay, create body. We have create fixtures. Okay. Okay, and we have module create fixture. Okay, I assume that most of you are not familiar with how the physics system work. So basically, a body is like a collection of parts. For example, a ship part is a body or an asteroid is a body. And a fixture specifies how the physical shape interacts in the world. For example, a ship part contains of several rectangles, which are these fixtures, and every module corresponds to one fixture. Okay, we can use that. Oh, there's a lot going on in chat today. What kind of particles are you looking for? Okay. Language is based on Java. It's MJava, which is like a custom dialect of Java, which I've written. But I could actually also make a stream on. And just sort of, because I have some ideas for adding new language elements, which might also be interesting, like in order to reflect on the languages which we use and like features which you could add. All right. Okay, so basically we should be able to test this fixture against the shot. Yeah, okay. All right. This is sort of a bit not so nice. I'm not entirely convinced that it will work, but we will see. We might also need to add something for like a specific function for shots which do not come from a module, but for example from a shop or from a pirate base or so. Oh. Okay, it didn't work in the first place, so WB at start module, okay. Okay. Okay, it's a bit more tricky. Actually, this is sort of redundant. Okay, let's do it like this. This is actually not... I should actually make this a bit more... Okay, I should actually clean this up a bit because it's because basically I'm doing every test twice for each order of objects, which is probably not ideal. Okay. Let's see if this works. outside of loop. Sort of getting a bit confused there for a second. Okay. Good. Okay. Okay. Ship part is not ship part fixture, but it's just fixture. In which case you don't actually have to check for ship part. Okay. It might also be enough. Okay. Started coding at 10 or 11. Good old times. I actually started programming on a TI-99 Texas Instrument, which had a very, very simplistic form of BASIC. It could do some graphics, but it was all character-based. So, but you could redefine the characters in order to create some graphics. And you had to save and load stuff from a tape, which was sort of not ideal. Okay, so far it's working. I also need to make the cloaking effect a bit clearer, because several people were confused by it, which I can't totally understand. Okay, so let's make it really close, and it works. Okay. And it also doesn't seem to damage the ship itself. Let's try to fly really fast to see if that has an effect. Still seems to work. Okay. It actually worked pretty well. Let me just show you what types of games I played. Oh, did it crash? Nice, it crashed. Okay. Why did it crash? Did not give a message, which sucks. It's actually a bit sucky. I'm okay with it crashing, but I sort of want to know the reason for it. Let's try again, and let's add some sort modules so that we can test those as well. Hard to control. Yeah, it seems to work at close range as well. And, well, let's just keep an eye open if we can reproduce the crash which we had previously. I guess it doesn't really make sense to like test it for 10 hours, for half an hour straight, if we don't even know if it was specific to what we just changed. Adding more particle effects to breaking the asteroids. Actually, yeah, could actually do that. What types of particle effects would you add? Like, could let's try adding more explosions just for a test. Okay. Let's add more explosions for test. Yeah, I agree. As to the sword effect could need some improvement. Do you have like reference, like what, you know, how it could look like? Or a suggestion, or like, you know, any reference? Yeah, I'm actually sort of a fan of having bigger explosions. Just make the explosions a bit more... Yeah, actually bigger explosions are sort of good, I guess. Let's make them even bigger. And let's make them a bit spread out. Maybe like this. You know, just adding some random variation in the size and position of the explosions. And we can also... Okay, explosion rotation is random. Yeah, but actually stuff like this, like changing the graphics or adding more effects can be like really simple and have a lot of impact. So I should actually make like a collection of ships. Fission rocket test. Seems good. Okay, a little bit too much spread on the position, but other than that, yeah, way too much spread on there. Was it like here? Maybe like this. Ah, I see what you mean. Yeah, basically the asteroids get like a little decal, like a little damage, fish friction, whatever. I don't know what it's called in English. Texture laid on top of them to indicate that they get damaged, but yeah, I see that it's sort of, you know, not very logical when you shoot at them with a high energy weapon. Yeah, but I think more explosions are definitely good. Speaking of more explosions, we can actually add more explosions in other places as well. Oh, and it crashed again. Okay. And this time we have an error message. Okay. Null pointer exception. And apparently at the place where we just started. Yeah, okay, I guess I know what the error is. I can guess. But it should actually... I don't quite get it. I don't quite get it. The random flame wars, programming language flame wars going on. I mean, you can make a good game in any programming language, and each language has its advantages. Like, if you want to have like top level performance, you will probably go to C-based language. And if you are okay with having like 10% less performance, just my estimate based on what I've read, and a slightly faster development cycle and full platform compatibility in return, then you might go for Java. But there's many options available. Okay. Wait. It's actually not okay. Because I actually don't know why it doesn't crash now. Okay, I guess I do know why it didn't crash now. Okay. So basically, just to explain the crash which just occurred, the mines do also shoot fireball shots, but they do not have a starting body, like a starting module in that case, because they are not started from a module but from a mine, and in that case we would get a null pointer exception when we check for the fixture of that module. Okay. Alright. Good. Good. actually also think that Python is a very good language to get started. And actually the syntax of Python is basically what inspired me to make this Java dialect. Because I really like this indentation-based programming. Yeah. Just not a real big fan of the clutter which is required to do regular Java programming. Okay. Now for our main dish for today, repair system. This is probably going to take a while, and it's probably not going to be really simple, unfortunately. Okay, good. Okay, so I will begin by adding two buttons, one for storing and one for restoring a blueprint. And maybe, yeah, I think that's a decent start. Panels, update panels, ship stat panel. Okay, let's do it there. Okay, let's do it really simple. Button store and button restore. Okay. We'll just have to add some functionality there. Yeah, exactly, Tommy. That's what I intend to do. Obviously, it will not always work because you can lose modules, and in that case, these would not be restored, but still. Okay. Before I continue, for some reason my CPU is running really hot, so let me just check if there's something. Okay. Chromium is taking like a huge amount for some reason. Guess I can close Dropbox at least. Whatever. Oh, by the way, let's just have a brief look if Twitch got any more progress in Dark Souls. No. Actually not. We're back at the pool. Okay, good. This is just, yeah. I think it's a really fun, really fun project. Okay. Good. Good. Okay, so let's make a new class, which we call ship blueprint, and going to make function store and restore, which will just make a very brief output for the moment. Okay, let's see if it works that far. My guess would also be that Twitch cannot play Dark Souls, but I'm sort of curious if Twitch will get to the Asylum Demon and if it will actually be able to do something about it. Okay, we have two buttons which for some reason, which are not correctly named. Yeah, and it calls the functions it shall call, so that part seems to work. Now we just have to do the actual implementation. Hangership, okay. Okay, let's do a very simple approach. So basically we have a ship, which is our blueprint ship, and when we store, we make a copy of the hanger ship and assign it to that variable. And to see if it works, let's just paint it. Let's just paint it below the actual ship in the editor. Would it work? Let's see. So render background, grid render ship. Okay. Just make a duplicate here, which we call render blueprint. And we do this only if ship blueprint, what did we call it? Blueprint ship is not null. And then we just paint it. Okay. We can actually make it sort of transparent, which would be nice. How did you do that? I wonder. Inf time, inf, warp out, decorations, warp in. How does it work when you're invisible? Cloak time, cloak rotation, cloaked, cloak end. I sort of forgot how I how I did the cloaking effect. Wait a second. Decorations, modules, module render. Okay. Okay, if ship part is cloaked, then okay. We're just doing a very simple hack, and we're just marking the ship part as cloaked when it corresponds to the blueprint. Okay, let's try. Cloak, did it work? I guess it's part of the ship part. Okay, yeah, then we can just do it in the action editor. Okay, and we need to add a render blueprint here. Okay. I'm not sure yet if we should like paint the whole blueprint in the background. Okay, let's try. So I hit start blueprint and it crashes. Nice. Estimated pause? What is that about? Any other messages? No. Estimated pause, what is that about? It is cloaked. Then let's make a new vector. And we need to assign word. Okay. Okay, so using the cloaked function has some unwanted side effects, so I guess we will have to find another way to do it. Shepherd is not null, Shepherd is cloaked. Oh. Okay, Shepherd is cloaked or Shepherd transparent. So basically when it is cloaked, it will try to do some other stuff as well, which we do not want in this case. So it's just one more variable to mark it as transparent specifically without it affecting the other stuff. Okay, good. Why do you want to liberate me from Java? It's sort of reasonable. But I'm happy that you are so worried about me. Have you added shops? Yeah, I did. There are like module shops where you can trade modules. There are tech labs where you can upgrade modules, and gamblers where I can get random modules. So everything you've come to expect from Diablo is sort of there. Okay, so we have our blueprint, which is correctly stored and which is rendered here in the background. So that did sort of work. Yeah, so in theory I should be able to remove like some parts. Well, I mean, it will obviously not work because it's not implemented yet, but at some point you should just be able to quick restore from blueprint and it should replace the missing modules. And that's what we're going to do next. And that which is going to be the harder part actually. Good. Okay. This part is done. What I also just realized is that the decorations probably should not be rendered when you have a cloaked or a transparent chip. So I guess. If not cloaked and not transparent. Or at least not if it's transparent. Cloaking, I don't know. The problem is it looks sort of bad because these decorations, they fill like the whole square. And usually you don't see it because the actual module graphics is on top of it, but if the module graphic is drawn transparently, then you will notice, and it looks sort of mushy, I guess. If you edit bases, like so you can make a base. Not yet, not yet. I mean, you can sort of make progress by unlocking shops and expanding your shop's supply, which is like, you know, making progress on a shop level, but it's not yet, how should I put it? Yeah, that's pretty much it, sorry. Okay, so what do we need to do next? We need to identify the missing modules. And then we have to take fitting modules and use them to replace the ships. The parts which are missing. Okay, good. Okay, so basically we are now doing our restore function. And we are going to take our blueprint chip and basically for every module we have to check if it is contained in the chip which is currently in the hanger. So we need to assume that the hanger ship is not null and that the blueprint ship is not null. Otherwise it will not work. And yeah, basically let's make a function. Which tests if a certain module has an equivalent in another ship. So if module exists am in hanger ship, then we will replace it. So try to replace am. Okay, now we just need to implement this function. So we cycle through all the modules, which I'm going to call am2, I guess. And we're going to do a bunch of tests. So basically, only if am. So first of all, it needs to be the same class. Then it needs to have the same rotation. It needs to have the same position. And yeah, the same y position. And if all this is fulfilled, then we should return true. And if we have found no such module, we will return false. Let's try this. Let's try it. Chat is going really fast today. It's really hard to keep up. So it's 3D software now. Oops. Sort of freak of nature programming language is it? Okay. Okay, yeah. Actually drawing the cloaked version without the decorations is much cleaner, I guess. And I guess the color overlay should also be weaker. Ah, okay. I actually forgot to do that. Wait a second. Shepard is cloaked, okay. Okay, and I will just add this condition over here as well. So that the color layer, which is basically the orange parts here, is drawn with reduced opacity as well. Okay, now let's put it back to the correct position. Let's delete some stuff. So basically you see the parts in the background which are part of the blueprint but not part of our ship. And in theory, if I click here, it should have given me a list of the modules which are missing. So let's try it. And it did not work. It did not work. Yeah, it prints restore, but it doesn't actually give anything back. Okay. So, what are we missing? Well, for now, let's just print out everything so that we can figure it out. I'm using Arch Linux Molesterino. Cookie bee sneeze. Okay. Let's try it again. Okay. Wait a second. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so basically our function is always returning true. Which is probably the reason why it didn't work. Okay. So now that we are here, let's remove the debug stuff. Okay. So my mistake was to take the blueprint ship here again. When I should actually take this ship. Yeah, okay. So basically I was checking the ship modules against itself, so that should probably be it. Yeah, I've also really come to appreciate Arch. I'm using it for like, I guess, a bit over a year now on several computers, and it's actually been pretty happy. Haven't really had any major issues, and I'm using i3 as a desktop manager in case you are wondering. Okay, let's remove some stuff. Store from blueprint, and yeah, try to replace and so on. Okay, good. That part seems to work. Yeah, that part seems to work. Okay. Very nice. So identify missing modules is done. So next we have to check if there are fitting modules in the inventory. Good. So how do we do that? Okay, so first I'm going to make a new function, which I will call try restore. We're going to give it the module and the ship. Good. Try to replace in ship. Good. Okay, so let's go to the editor, which should actually have a function to get the inventory. Yeah. How is it called? How is it called? Inventory. Init chip, enter, module type. Filter quality. What is MPC? How does it work exactly? Inventory panel? Ah, okay, it's the inventory panel which knows which modules are available. Nah, this could actually become sort of messy. This could actually become really messy. Oh, because I have to identify in which state we are, like if this is limited inventory. Or maybe we don't. Maybe we can just yeah, actually maybe we can make it simpler. So stat panel. Ship. Inventory is null, okay, but it is copied. Let me just check if we can use the inventory of a ship to identify if we are in the exploration mode or the other mode. Yeah, otherwise, I mean, just trying to see what the easiest way would be. Model predictive control. Actually never heard this. Let me check. What? I don't quite understand how this applies to the thing. Okay. So first let's do this. Let's not do this. Let's do like this. Okay, here the inventory is indeed null, which is nice. And let's try if the same is true for the exploration.
Galaxy map initialized.
Because if it is, that would be pretty simple. So, okay. Okay. So in the exploration mode, we do have an inventory, which is very nice. Okay. So basically, we can make it very simple. If we have no inventory, then we can just restore the module. And if we do have an inventory, we need to check if it is available. Good. Okay, simply restoring it would be okay. We would just have to create a new module, basically a copy of this module. I think modules do have a clone function, yeah. So I should just be able to call clone on this module. Does it copy the position? I guess it does. Okay, so we just make a clone and add it to the ship. What's the function called? Add module. Yeah, okay. Is it so simple? I don't know. We will see. We will see. And just for a moment, let me do the same here, even though it is incorrect. Start a blueprint, destroy stuff, restore a blueprint and it crashes. Okay. Ship part render does not work. Why would that not work? Why? Ship part render. Shouldn't really do anything. What does it actually work to? Like drag a module, and put it somewhere. Begin, modules add, clone, remove, and drag hanger ship, add module. Okay. Okay, hanger ship update ship parts. That's probably the part which I missed. Okay. Okay, and we okay. Update UI. switch sound. Okay. Okay, I guess we will have to do this stuff as well. Yeah, at least this part. The other parts, I don't know. But we will have to make sure that the ship parts are properly updated afterwards. Okay. So, let's try it again. If by NPCs you mean enemies and like neutral shops and so, they are already in the game. Okay, another try. Store to blueprint, delete stuff, this stuff from blueprint. And it works. The updating did not work, which we need to do manually. Yeah, but other than that, it works. Very nice. Very nice. At least for the easy part, it works. Good. Good, good. Good. Okay, so first let's fix the minor bug of stuff not the minor bug of the UI not getting updated, which we can simply do like this. Oops. Okay. Check commands basically updates the keyboard commands. I'm actually not so sure if it works like this. Okay, I guess we will have to do it like this. Okay, let's try. See all the bosses you want. From blueprint. Okay, and it updates all the stuff. Nice, nice, nice. So we have sort of solved it for the non-inventory part, where we can just clone an infinite amount of modules. Next we will have to do it with a limited set of modules, which is a bit harder. Okay. Good. And for that to work, basically have to do this approach. So basically we will have to go through the list of all modules which are in the inventory, and we have to find the module which most closely resembles the module which we are trying to replace. Okay, So, okay, let's make a function find module, and we're going to give it the original module and the inventory. Oops. You can buy it on Steam while on stream, if that answers your question. Okay, so there's actually only one function left for us to write, which is the find module function. Okay. Okay. So basically, I'll try to find the best possible match for the module which we have lost and the module which is stored in the blueprint. And okay, so first of all, find module with same property, or with same attribute, I should say. So for example, a heavy module should be replaced by another heavy module, and so on. And if that does not work, we will just take any module with the same class, basically, and yeah. Good. And then we will have to adapt position, rotation, color, and so on. Portals, like in Portal. Okay, so let's cycle through all the modules, and let's only take modules which have the same class, and let's only take modules which have the same attribute. And I don't quite remember how attribute is done. Okay, int name. Is this how it works? I think it is. Yeah, okay. So we have to compare the internal name of the attribute. Okay, it's a bit more complicated. If both of them have no attribute, okay, let's do it in 2 steps. Okay, so in this case, we have found the module and can return it. So if they do not, A, both modules have no attribute. B, both both modules have the same attribute. So both of these are not null. And am attribute int name equals okay. Yeah, I'm actually sort of amazed that we are almost done. I imagined this to be much harder actually. Okay, the third case is we just take a module that has the same class and we are done. And if all of these fail, we will return null. Good. Now we only have to adapt the position and stuff. Don't quite know how this is done. Set. Okay, set position, set rotation. Okay. And set color, I guess. Good. So am set position to original amx, originalamy. Then we do a set rotation. Okay. Wait. Set rot. Okay. And finally set color. Even though we could do some interesting testing by not doing this, but yeah, I presume that it will probably work relatively well. Okay, set color. Basically takes another module, which is a bit disturbing, but should work either way. Okay. It's px and py, I guess. Ah yeah, and the final thing which we left to do is add icons to save, restore, clear, blueprint. Okay, so let's take a random exploration mode game. And now, if we store the ship to a blueprint and we store it like this, it should not work. Okay, the only thing it did restore is the ore container, which is correct. Okay, let's try a bit more. Let's try to remove these guys. Restore from blueprint, and it works. Ah, amazing. Restore from blueprint, and it's back. And delete everything, and restore from blueprint, and it's back. Wow. Wow. This went way better than expected. Way better. Okay. How should we do it graphically? Or like UI wise? I'm thinking of it. Maybe we should make like a second line of icons, like having the color here on top, then the decoration here, and then the blueprint options here. Just have to make 3 additional icons, and yeah. And then we could also, yeah. Okay, let's do it. Add icons to save, restore, clear blueprint. Okay, let's take that Inkscape. Let's open icon. Do I have a save icon already? Not really sure. Rotate left, rotate right. Cargo. Do I not have a save icon in the game? I wonder. Let's take the auto keys, for example. Okay, basically I'm going to take the shape from the camera modes, camera free, camera fix, okay. So basically a ship is just a triangle, that's what I'm trying to say. So we're going to take that one, going to save it as icon save pp. Yeah. I wonder if we can find something more modern than a floppy disk, but actually I mean yeah, everybody knows what it means, so it's actually not really a point in making it more complicated than it needs to be, so just take this guy. So let's just make a random floppy disk. Where do we have a save icon? What does a save icon look like? It's actually pretty funny how I've already forgotten how a floppy disk looked like. I wonder though if I mean, it might be a bit confusing because it isn't really saving it to the hard disk, right? Yeah, maybe like this. Okay, I think I know what I'm trying to do. I actually should keep these guys. I'm going to make this a bit bigger. Put it like here. And make it like a dotted version of that chip, if you know what I mean. It's not like super nice, I think. How does it work out? I wonder. Or maybe like a transparent version to indicate it is like a shadow. In that case, I would make this not colorful, I guess. I guess this is sort of understandable because the blueprint is also like a transparent version of your ship. So yeah, I guess yeah, okay. We just take one of the arrows which we already have. What? Asteroids, auto keys, boss, all delete keys, energy. Forward, rebel, trade. There should be a trade icon somewhere. Yeah. Okay. Let's go with this one for a start. Okay, I can save BP, export. I'm going to make icon restore BP. Just be the reverse thing. Which looks really odd, so let's not do that. Change the color of the arrow, yeah. Even though most of the icons are monochrome. But yeah. Maybe a very slight color, maybe like this. Yeah, I guess that could work. Okay, restore. Export. Okay, let's change the color for our other guy as well. And we've actually exported to the wrong folder. This is where it belongs. Okay. Probably also exported this one to the wrong folder. Okay. And finally we will need to make a clear blueprint button. And then we are pretty much done. The clear blueprint will just have the blueprint and an X on top of it. For example, the X from the delete keys. Not going to be the greatest icon ever, but it's going to suffice, I think. Icon clear BP and save it. And yeah, we just need to add it to our thing. Yeah, to the panel where all the stuff is created. Good, okay. So we're going to put the stuff below the colors and make a new line where we do the decoration stuff and these blueprint buttons. And we're going to increase the size of the color buttons so that it matches the button size in the color panel. So sort of ugly actually that the icons did have a different scale, which was a bit bad. Okay, so let's do 24. Okay, let's try 24. We do the colors and then we make a new line. And then we do the decoration buttons. This is actually going to be sort of confusing, I'm afraid. Button size 10. Okay. Okay. Then the decoration buttons. And then we're going to do these restore buttons. Okay, here button texture. And then we are going to take the position like this. Okay. I++. Then we have to specify the name for the icon. So this is going to be icon store BP. This is going to be icon restore PP. And we're going to make one which is icon clear PP. Clear. Clear, okay. So we have to make a clear function here, which is just setting the blueprint chip to null for now. You have a visual bug. Yep. Okay, almost done. Does this work? 0, then the size, and finally the, okay, yeah, the name of the local deco style or store, blueprint restore, and blueprint clear. Okay, now we just have to define these and we are done, I think. Okay, let's do it to the German version as well. Okay, one final thing. These two buttons should only be active if there is a blueprint. So yeah. And that should be it. Will probably not all work as expected, but okay, so not quite as it should. And also the icons did not appear, so it's probably named differently. Okay, so blueprint. Wait, I can store BP, I can restore BP. How did we actually call it? Maybe we just didn't store it at all, I guess. Yeah, probably yes. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Because I always get tricked into thinking that it is already stored when I open the export dialog and enter it here. And it also didn't really... Okay, I can store BP 64 by 64 and export. Okay. And I can restore BP, export, pack source 64 by 64 and export. Good. And I'll try that in a second. Add. Okay, I think I cannot add at the bottom, otherwise it just adds a new line, which is not good. Let's try it like this. Okay, should also add to the patch notes. Next. Okay, actually the ship blueprints should work across modes, I think. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so... Okay, I should make these a bit... Okay, give me a second. It looks sort of... Don't like this arrangement at all, actually. Are these the same size as here? Or are they smaller? Okay, these guys should be smaller because they should be the same size as these guys above. And maybe add a little bit more spacing here and put these guys to the left. But that should actually just be optical stuff. So let's see. Clear blueprint, okay. Store blueprint, okay. Restore from blueprint, okay. So the functionality seems to be there. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah. If the models don't exactly match up, it will create, yeah. It will not be exactly as you would. Well, I mean, it doesn't really care if there's something on top of it. So, it might be a problem, but might also be okay. Okay, so let's just do the graphical stuff. So first of all, make these guys a bit smaller. Yeah, tooltips work. So, in the color panel. These guys were 20 times scale, so we will try to do that as well, but only for the colors. We see how that has to be integer. Okay, this is why there's such a huge gap. So just take 2 times scale, and let's make a gap of 2 times scale on top. And let's not do this indentation for the decoration guys, but only for the ship blueprint guys. Okay, let's try again. And let's also do the patch notes correctly. Ship blueprints and bug fixes. Good. I guess we have to do some testing in order to ensure that it really works, but still. Yeah, I sort of did do the user interface library myself. It sort of works pretty well, actually. There are some things which I would do differently if I, had to do it again. Yeah. I think in retrospect I should have focused more on adding like a proper layout manager, like that standard Java programs have, so that I can just have a panel and add stuff and everything gets aligned automatically. That would have been nice, but yeah. I think Visual Editor might be a bit overkill. I think BossConstructor is already quite a UI heavy game because there's just so much functionality which has to be accessible. But I still find that the UI is only a small portion of the time I spend on the game, so I think it's not unreasonable. So basically, regarding your point, I don't really think that a UI editor would be like a very good time investment in this specific case. I mean, in other cases it might be very good. Okay, let's just make the gap a little bit smaller so that it is like here. It is still sort of very confusing, actually. The UI arrangement is really not good. I mean, not graphically, but these are purely decorative options, and these are like editor functions. I don't know. Maybe I should put it here. Let's remove the stuff here, add them here, and put them together with the undo and redo functions. What do you think? I mean, the undo redo function is actually most closely related to this. Yeah, I think I might actually do that. Actually do that, yeah. Okay. Okay. So basically we will take these guys, go to the color panel, which is where the other stuff is. Go here. Insert the stuff over here. Okay, and take the redo stuff, move it down here. Okay, and actually here it is manually positioned everything. Okay, so here we have 3.25, 4.25 and 5.25. And here on the next line it would be 0, 1, and then 2.25, 3.25 and 4.25. Scale, okay. And size is button scale and not button size. And then we just have to go to the chipstat panel and try to undo everything until we are back at the way things looked like before. Okay, that should be it actually. Let's give it a try. I'm afraid we're not going to really come to the miscellaneous parts today, but I still have like half an hour of testing and minor stuff in front of us, I think. Okay. Good. Good, okay. Yeah. I guess it's not perfect, but at least thematically it's at the right position. So, Starship Blueprint, okay. Good, okay. There were several things I would like to test. So first of all, if I store a blueprint here and leave everything and go back. Okay, it is still there. Okay. If I open another ship, it is still there. Should it be like that? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But on the other hand, I mean, it is a bit confusing, I guess. So one option would be to clear the blueprint whenever you open a ship in the hangar. But on the other hand, This might also be useful, like for example, maybe I want it to be like this and have like two of these guys. Actually, a second. This might actually be a pretty cool feature. There was just some discussion on Steam if you can have like local co-op and local multiplayer, and this might actually be sort of a useful function to copy two ships together, which you can then fly together with a friend or so. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, now let's try if it really works in the exploration mode. Maybe not this game. Actually, let me delete some games here. Just make a new game and take this, for example. Okay. Okay, so basically we would now design our ship. Like so, for example. And then we would hit store blueprint. Just verify, yeah. It's all there. And now we can just play a mission as usual. Let's try to kill this guy. Oh, and I actually forgot to add a thruster on the right, so the ship is not very balanced, which sucks. But maybe we can still get it done. Alright. Okay. So we didn't really take damage, but well, let's just damage our ship ourselves. So we lost the fireball, and maybe we can lose some more. For example, the left thruster to make our ship more balanced. Nice. And yeah, we actually didn't complete our mission. I think the weapon fragments are the red triangles. No, these are mines. So it's these ones. Okay. We should have looked at the mission before doing it. So now we have to pick up the fragments. Okay. Should be some more down below. I'm not sure actually if I think I made it so that it generates more fragments than you actually have to pick up. So you have some choice over which ones you pick up and which ones you don't. I'm not entirely sure, however. So now we have some more over here. Okay, let me just try. Can I destroy the tech lab actually? No, I can't. Okay. So you cannot destroy tech labs yet. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I will add that. Oh, actually I should add that. So maybe tech labs could spawn a few really high level modules, for example. That might be good. Okay, okay, so we lost 2 modules. Now we go back to our editor. Chip. Place it back on top of our original blueprint. Restore from blueprint. And we're good. And it seems we actually did lose the thruster module, or one thruster module, because it cannot be replaced. Too bad. Okay. But I'm actually pretty satisfied with how it works. Yeah, okay. 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 Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that it worked first try, that we actually did a lot of stuff today. Alright, so let me just wrap up today's stream while I deploy everything to Steam, so that you can update, oh, whatever, so that you can play around with it in the future and have some more functionality. Let me just catch up on chat. He posted a visual bug. Ah, okay. Yeah, not going to do this one today, but thank you for letting me know. I'll have a look at it because of the next week, likely. Speaking of which, next dev stream will be next Sunday as usual, and it's probably going to be another module of the week. So we're going to have a look at what you guys voted for, and yeah, basically add that to the game. We'll still have to finish the mass trial at some point. Maybe I'll have a look at that in the course of the next week. And some more optional stuff. Yeah. Very nice. Alright, before we end the stream, let's just have a brief look at how far Twitch has gotten. And it's paused. But it seems they got to the place where Oscar was. Yeah. Alright, good. So I guess Twitch isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Good. So yeah, thank you again very much for watching. Thanks for the very lively discussion. It was really fun today to have so much discussion and programming language flame wars and stuff. So have a nice week. Take care, and yeah, hopefully see you guys again next week.